Hey everyone, how are you? It's Michael, and today I would like to share with you this album that I made very quickly this week for two reasons. One is that you guys know that I'm a huge supporter of Francis and the Your Book of Memories community. And this month for January, someone in the community proposed a challenge to make this abstract folio. So every month or so, someone picks something and we do our best to take part in the challenge to force ourselves to make an album that maybe we haven't made before or we want to make again, something. Anyway, this month it was the abstract folio, and I have never made this. It's a very cool folio. It's very thin. It holds about 30 photos, 25 to 30 photos. And because I was trying to get this done in a really quick way, I did change up the inside a lot, and I'll explain as I go through. But when you watch the video, and I'll have links to everything below, she does a lot of cutouts in her pages, and she uses acetate. So there's a lot of see-through layers of this folio that I did not incorporate into my folio, only because I was trying to get this done. So tomorrow, Hui and I are heading into Sao Paulo. Well, by the time this airs, we will have gone and come back. But this past weekend, we went to Sao Paulo for a walking tour of several different historic places in Sao Paulo City with a cinema photo group. It's called Fotocine Clube Bandeirantes. It's one of the largest photo clubs in Sao Paulo, maybe in Brazil. It could be Brazil, but anyway. So this past weekend was Sao Paulo City's 471st birthday, and we went into the city for the weekend, and we spent Saturday on this photo tour. And I wanted to make an album for this guy, José Luis, who runs this photography club. He's always been very supportive of everything we do. He's a really nice guy. And I also want to try to teach this to some of his members in the photo club. So yes, there are some nefarious reasons going on here. But let me take you through Folio. Let me first talk about the papers I used. I used 3 different sort of collections to make this book. I can't tell you how hard it is to find a really nice collection of scrapbook papers, digital or physical, when it comes to photography. There are some cutesy ones out there, but I was looking for something more for the professional type of photographer. And I was talking to my friend Anne, who lives in Australia. Her name is Anne Constantly Carding. And if you're a card maker, you will understand what she is constantly doing. She loves paper crafts. She loves making cards. She runs a craft challenge blog called A Perfect Time to Craft Challenge. Also will be linked below. And I had posted a question to the group asking if anyone knew of any nice digital collections for photographers. And she responded with, "What are you looking for?" So we started to talk back and forth. She has a page. Oh my God, I forgot the name of it. I will leave it below. It's kind of like an Etsy maybe in Australia, where she sells her digital, she has digital papers, digital card kits, digital toppers. And I was telling her what I was looking for, and she said, "Okay, I'll be back." And the next day, she sent me a bunch of papers that I just fell in love with. So these are just some of them. This is exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for cameras and lenses and these old film film cameras and old film cases. And so a lot of this I incorporated into the album. Some of the pages that aren't printed out here, I'll show you in the album. Like this one was very cool with the different f-stops and things like that. So that was one of the paper collections. So if you are ever looking for something and you don't know how to find it, or if you're interested in these photography papers, I will leave a link to all of Anne's information below, and you can reach out to her privately, or I'll link to her selling page also, okay? Another set of papers that I used in the book is the Say Cheese paper collection from Angie Blom Digital Designs. And I'll point those out when I get to them. And another one is a collection I had picked up on Etsy a few years ago. It's called, the seller's name is A Whimsical Adventure. The name of the page caught my eye immediately. And it consisted of some papers, some overlays. She has brushes for Photoshop and stuff, but they're all PNG files, which means that I can print them. I don't know how to use Photoshop, so I'm not using the brushes in Photoshop, but I am printing the brushes for an element here in the book. Okay, so all of the papers I used will be below. Now let me take you through the album. So this is a folio. It's very thin. It's not even a half an inch wide, okay, and have a half page here, okay, that opens like this. This is a card I made. I'll show this to you guys after. Okay, now in Frances's tutorial, she has this for 2 photos, okay. I already knew what paper I was going to use to make this book, so as I was making the album, I was already mentally thinking about what I wanted to use where. And one of the things I really wanted was I wanted to use part of this print from Anne, and I wanted a much larger window. So I did not do the double window, I did one. Okay, and then for the inside, I made this little booklet. So it opens like this. It's a little trifold. So it's for the, this is sized for Brazil. So these are 10 by 15 centimeter photos. This would be like a 4 by 6 photo. This is an Instagram size photo, 4 by 4 or 10 by 10 centimeters. And I used some of the paper from Anne. These are the papers from A Whimsical Adventure. Okay. So, and then this is another one of the papers from A Whimsical Adventure. It's old photography advertising, which I thought was kind of cool. So this slips in here. One of the clip arts that Anne sent me was, she sent me a few photo strips. This one I was able to size to fit the front here, and I just cut the corners, and then I had gotten something on the acetate here, so I covered it with one of these one of the ephemera of the old film roll here. And I also used the same thing here on the side of the album. So this opens up here. There is a large magnet here to keep this closed. You can hear that, right? Okay, so on this side, it is space for 3 4 by 6, 10 by 15 photos. In the video, Frances takes you through, she makes a little closure with a brad, which I just didn't have time to incorporate into this album. So I will be making this again because I have a really cool paper collection from, oh my God, I just went blank at her name. It's a very colorful paper collection. I'll be back again with this one. So here on this page, you have a little pocket here, and then you have the center part, and then this part flips up. Okay, so on the inside here, I have 2 inserts. This is for 4 photos. And then here, I made, this is using one of the pages from Anne. And on the flip side, this opens up for some more photos and another film strip here. And there is room in here for additional photos. So This is from Angie Blom. This is from the Say Cheese paper collection from Angie Blom. Love this, and I've used this before, and I'll be using this again in the future soon. These are from A Whimsical Adventure, some of the papers. This is from Anne. Okay, so let me just put this back in here. And then to keep this flap closed, I made a photo mat using one of the ephemera, and that will keep the mat closed. I'm trying to think. I think in Frances's video, she has a cutout here, okay, and then this is acetate. I think, but I didn't have the time. So this closes like that, and then when you flip it over, okay, this is on the back side. I used another one of the cameras from Anne, and then opening it up here on this side is a funky kind of corner folder, and you learn all of this in the video, and this was really cool to do, and I knew I wanted to use a full page here. So this was all one big photo that I finagled and cut so that the two photos would match and be one photo. Okay, and then here is another two photo page. And this is for 4 photos. And the idea is that these will come off and the photos will be adhered right down to the cardstock. And then this, I don't know, this is another one of the papers from the Say Cheese collection from Angie Blom. I was working on the card, which I'll show you in a moment, and I thought, oh, let me make a kind of bookmark thing. So this could slip in as a bookmark or photos or something. I don't know. On this side, in the tutorial that Frances will walk you through, this has a cutout with acetate, as does this part. And this part actually comes up higher. And this is all an acetate part, so you see through to the pouch of what's inside. Again, I just wanted to get this done. So I used the Say Cheese paper here, one of the cameras with the roll of film. And then on the inside here, I have another 4-page, 4-photo, a mat for 4 photos. And then here, I used 4 photos this way. And on the back is just the decorative paper. And again, there is plenty of room here for additional photos. I mean, this could even go here. Oh, that looks kind of cute. I like that. I was thinking to do some kind of magnet closure here, but I didn't cut this long enough. Actually, this was supposed to be higher and I cut too much off. Then I was thinking to do like a little journaling card, but I decided not to. In the next album I make, I think I'm gonna do a magnet here and a magnet here to keep this side closed, but that'll be in the next album. Okay, so that's all the papers in the album. The card I made to go along with it is these are both from the Say Cheese paper collection from Angie Blom, and I embossed the black here, and I just have a little note on the inside. But I love that, and I love black and white photography, as do a lot of the photographers that will be at this thing. So I didn't color any of the cameras, but I'm going to go back and do this again, but color in some of the cameras or some elements on the cameras. But I love this. I love this paper collection. So this will go also with him as a little thank you there. And that is that. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And of course, I always stamp my albums with my contact information. And that's it. So love to know what you think of this album. I will have links to everything below if you want to make this. I believe that Frances sometimes offers or may have a coupon now where you can get 1 week free, so you could make as many albums as you want for a week for free. If she has a code at the moment, I will have a link for that below also. If you love making mini albums or folios, or you're interested in making mini albums or folios, Frances has an amazing community of filled with amazing people, all helping each other out on our quest to memorialize and document the photographs that we all take on our cell phones, but we don't print anymore. So come check us all out over there. And until next time, have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.